Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, Hajj. My name is Muhammad Shazad Sayyid, and I would like to say a few words about this amazing and sublime experience we have just had. First of all, I'd like to thank Allah, the Master of the Day of Judgment, who has bestowed us the mercy to invite us to His house. Secondly, inshallah, I'd like to thank my family, Raza, my mirror, I call him. He's my reflection in terms of my spirituality and everything else. Nazia, my biggest cheerleader, I'd like to say thank you to her. She's my support. My father, my biggest idol in akhlaq, and particularly my mother, who has instilled great values, especially this hajj experience was because of her doing. Secondly, I'd like to thank the organisers, particularly Mahmoud, Ali Ibrahimi, Abu Hamza, and Haji Azhar for sorting out the matters which have been going on, which has been brilliant. And obviously, especially to Dr. Al-Hilli for his spiritual guide, and obviously we can't forget Sayyid Fadlel milani, ayatollah milani, for his great inspirational talks and his guidance. Notably, I'd specifically like to say thank you to Sayyid Al-Hashim and Sayyid and his children, Sayyid Hamza and Sayyid Ali. They've been excellent, and they're behind the scenes, but they've done a lot. Forgive me if I've missed any of the other organisers. And Hajis, it wouldn't be a success without all of you. So I'd like you to give yourselves a loud salawat. And I'd like to start off this Eid al-Adha's celebration with some small, very small token of my appreciation for this magnanimous individual, Imam Ali alayhi salam. Okay. Imam Ali, a man of the highest ascension, he rose fully with mind and attention. A splendor in battle and a wonder in lyrical. He proclaimed justly the habits of humans and epitomized them truly without particle. He is kind and gentle to kith and kindred. He is expansive in love, charity and knowledge. He was a fighter in spirit for the name of Allah. The jinn, the angels, the humans, for all those sincere hajis, he says, of Allah. All sing his praises through time and life. We need you, Amir al-Mu'mineen, every day, every moment, through terror and strife. Ya Ali Madat, we call out in desperation. Haydar, we scream in times of detention. His words echo through time and space. Things like, quote, when some blessings come to you, do not drive them away through thanklessness. The mind of a wise man is the safest custody of secrets. Cheerfulness is key to friendship. Patience and forbearance will conceal many defects. He who is greedy is disgraced. He who discloses his hardship will always be humiliated. He who has no control over his tongue will often have to face discomfort. He loves his mother and brother like no example on earth. He loves his cousin, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Like admiration untold, he prays justifiably in the corners with young and old. He is a martyr, so purposeful in an Islamic hue. I maintain trustworthiness when I speak of his soul. Correct me if I'm wrong. He is a master of my master, the one true master. Allah has given him the right through Man kunta mawla fa hadha aliyyun mawla. What would I do to see your face? For it is like worship, while an embrace would truly chase my heart towards bewilderment and your piety and grace. Wonder magnificently of how long I could taste a nectar of knowledge that comes through your mind, a crystal of purity that surrounds me every time. Like light passes around you like nur of nur. You have been compared to Isa, so I wouldn't be mistaken, O Allah. Don't get me wrong, he was a man epitomized with grace. Don't get me wrong, he was a man encapsulated as a shadow of the best. Never praise me too much and never defame me little. His words are as strong as his sword, through prose, injunction, and decisive argument. thorough and critical. He submits wholly and heartily to Allah's true will. He maintains barriers of justice and free will. He is the shark of the battlefield and the angel of the heavenly field. He is the spirit of the Holy Spirits. He is the strength behind the hand of allegiance. He is the tongue which every Muslim is protected, and the bow and arrow which every hypocrite is strung. He is the miracle of the crack in the Kaaba. He is the Nur with Muhammad and the Husn of Hassan, the sacrifice of Hussein and the prostration of Sajjad, and the splitter of Baqir and the scholar of Sadiq, and the piety of Shazim, the charity of Radha, the patience of Taqi and the hope of Naqi and the heart of Askari, and the wisdom and justice of Al-Hujjah. May Allah may hasten his appearance. The center of a 12-armed clock face which points to the Kaaba. All hosts integrity to the unlikeliest of foes. He bestills courage in the spirits of the crows. He is the ark of salvation, the walls of the holy opening, sitting on the thrones of authority in eternal bliss. His strike of the sword is more worthy than the worship of by night. If Ali goes one way and the rest of the world goes the other, then follow Ali as he is Allah. Imagine what the Hubbi Ali for the Hub of Muhammad and the Hub of Allah really means. Through the eyes of divinity he sees, and the ears of godliness he hears. Haqq is his nature and faith is his signature. Blessed is he the land that he walks on. Don't underestimate the man we talk of. If return in Radiyallah and Hub of Anab is what we want, then Ali is where to belong. For his belonging to the Rabb is without a doubt encapsulated through the Hub of Allah. And in his heart, as a true perfect mu'min, holds the entirety of Allah's presence in it and comprehends the nature of the impenetrable and incomprehensible improbability through eulogizing the Almighty, the All-Powerful, the All-Wise, the Magnificent, the Sublime, the Superior, the Indistinguishable, the Fashioner, the Reckoner, the Bestowed, the Fathomable, the Pious, the Sensational, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, you've gifted us Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi wa sallam. And gifted us Ali. Please forgive my sins and bless us through the wasila and love of Ali. I love you, Ali. I love you, Ahlul Bayt. Continue to strive in this wonderful sirat to remain mustaqim. And inshallah, as written in the Quran al-Majid, I ask for you only one favor. Love my family, and that love is not one-sided, it is both and heavily sided from the Ahl of Muhammad. I can't complete these statements without mention of two. First, his spiritual clothing, his spiritual clothing, the libas of Fatima al-Zahra, salawatullah salamun alayh, the best of models, the doyen of mankind. Fatima al-Zahra was half of the iman of kulli iman, who has Jannah under her feet for Sardari Jannah, who is the Ummi Abiha for the Rahmatul Lil Alameen, who is the mention by Allah describing the Ahlul Bayt by her name in Hadith Kisa, and also the Shahida, and secondly the Sayyidan in Karbala. Teary-eyed Hussein, we gesture, and the rain at Arafah epitomize the treading of that man in those fields. Behind taqwa, we find true taqwa. Bless them and true 72 who gave their life for the heaven and living earthly hue. And a bonus and most influentially is his Aqa, the perfect model, his path and suckling bird, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa I finish with the desire to complete my life with the words echoed by returning the echo of Amir al-Mu'mineen's last. O Rabb of Kaaba, I have been successful, inshallah. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam.